Uh, 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 jump, 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 jump. Came to my channel, let some dude named Drew. I never asked you to hit my link, but now I hear you think I owe you. Sat next to me 5 years, but did I really know you? Appeared nice, but I knew time would tell if you would turn cold as ice. I knew I couldn't trust you because of that mouth. That mouth of yours like the flapping yap like a flapjack. Watch from the skies, you talking talk. You started to listen to the critics while they plotting every minute. Gave you access to my people, what was I thinking? You disappear, no rhyme or reason, and you come back like a bat in the night. Acting as if everything is alright. Bless your pockets only to have you think you are the creator of your success. Little do they know, you are a complete mess. I sit on the side, knowing the ride will soon subside, along with your pride. Wait, you swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop over your chest, pulling lies after you go live, because you scared that may be your final demise. So you watch your mouth, do not brag about the bag. Now they have you about to pull out that white flag, but you say you can do whatever you want. You got hit and runs, thinking it's all fun. Got dates with the court, but will you report? Be drunk on teleport. How dare you get mad at the ones that care? But we see probation is about to give you a scare. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. Dream, dream, dream. Jump, 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 jump.
All right, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up, Miami Popo? Good to see you. What's up, Beans and Cornbread? Beans and Cornbread. I saw you over at King Romans earlier. Sorry I didn't say hello. I just wait because, like, as you're a content creator, as another content creator to another content creator, you don't want to be distracting, So, but I'm just saying hello. So, thank you for saying hello over there. Um, what's up, Tanya McNeil? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So listen, I didn't get to watch everything as it was happening in real time. What's up, Philly T? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I didn't get to see everything in real time because I had a long day, and once I got home, my ass was right in the bed or fell right to sleep. But I do want to give some commentary on some things that was I got snippets of some stuff, and I just want to address certain things because I see what people are doing and I see how people can fall for what is being done because they came in the middle of certain things and things are not the way it seems. And I'm going to keep I don't I'm going to sorry I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm sorry if my lives are going to sound repetitive, but the more and more that person keeps repeating mistruth, the more and more I'm gonna keep coming out here and telling people what it was. Okay. Now let me address binary, and this ain't nothing binary. I heard what you said. I appreciate the kind words, um, and all that. But I'm gonna address that a little bit later because that's totally different from this kind of vibe. But binary, you might be in the bushes, so that's my comment to that. I'll address that directly. Um, what's up, Miss Marshall? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, let me talk about something in the real world real quick because that's one of Lemon's gripes is that I was talking about cryptocurrency and news. See, this is what I don't like. Right, you're sitting out here spinning a narrative that all I did was talk about boring news. First of all, my stuff, my page, as Pizarro was telling you, was popping already before you. That's why you hit the link. That's why you came up here multiple times. That's why you was doing YouTube volunteer services on my page. I didn't never ask you to hit my page. Just like that song says, King of Pop. All right. You hit my name as some dude named Drew. I never asked you to hit my link. So let's get that straight. You came here as a volunteer. I didn't come ask you to hit my link. I never begged you to hit my link. Sometimes, in all honesty, I wish you never hit my link because there was some ways I wanted my show to go, but it didn't go that way because you hit my link. If we're gonna put it all out there. Next, to the person who hit me up in the background talking about I was not truthful with the people today. Yes, I was. Everything is not for fucking public consumption. And just because you told me there were certain things going on in the platinum chat does not mean that needed to be public. because when you were back there are some people who are still back there. So I'm going to respect their loyalty and not put everything out. So to you, I'm loyal, right? I ain't seen you around in a minute in a day. Okay. And at that time, I have to sit up there and manage a business and a brand. You say you have a business and a brand, so you should understand that I cannot sit up there and react based on someone reacting, or the whole fucking business will crack. People will disperse. So please respect my business decisions and not critique me for what I'm doing. I had to run an operation involving multiple people who were supporting my business. Okay? Look at it that way. You're not looking at it at the way that you see fit. At that time, Lemon was a part of the show. So I was not going to sow discord with him based on something that happened at most times when I was not present. So factor that into my calculation of how I handled that situation. And I'm big on loyalty. And that's why the way I move, the way I fucking move. But as you see, I auto correct it and I'm moving in the way and I'm moving now. So please respect my decisions. And once again, everything isn't for public consumption. Now, going on to what I wanted to say. Um, And it's weird that you only hit me up when it's chaos ensuing. Why don't you offer a congratulatory word from a time or two? Why don't you offer a word of positivity? Why don't you offer a word of encouragement? Why are you always hitting me up when there's some bullshit? I'm already dealing with bullshit. I don't need more bullshit. I don't need more I told you so's. I need more keep your head up, Sir King. You're gonna make it through this. Da, 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 da. I don't need a negative Nancy to come around when there's shit that transpires. I just don't. Because when you do hit me up in the background, it would give your interaction with me more validity if it came in times of positivity as well. When it came around times of holidays and stuff like that. I never get nothing for you from the holidays. But sure enough, when there's something negative, boy, here you come. I don't think you even said Happy New Year. And we still in January. So anyway, all right. Y'all y'all go let me just tell you it's a blast from the past, okay? It's a blast from the past. Now what I wanted to say about, so like I said, Lemon the fruitcake is trying to sit up here and spin narratives. But see, that's the thing. People gonna hold your feet to the fire. People who been around here for the longest is going to sit up here and say, hey, no, that's not true. I told y'all the other time, I started on Prism and I broke it down where I did my news and I did the mess. And the reason why I did that was because I felt there was too much bullshit that we were always talking about, but nobody was ever talking about nothing that was valuable. Okay. So I said, I'm going to do the real world news. I wasn't just sitting up here talking the real world news. The real world news doesn't even fit in this area. So stop lying. And you sound so stupid to sit up here and talk about, he was talking about cryptocurrency. I wasn't talking about gardening. I wasn't talking about welding. I wasn't talking about meteorology. I was talking about some real world stuff that was going on at my time. Now, Lemon, you may not understand that, but education is a premium in life. I know you dumb as hell, and that's your premium is being dumb, and that's why you probably get people sympathy because they feel so sorry that you stupid and you dumb. But I always had the news, and then I went into the mess. I always say the news that you cannot use because we forget about that shit right after the live is over. But how dare you sit up here and say you made my show pop, you made my show crack? What? And like Preserve told you, no, he had numbers way before you. Once again, why do you hit my link? You were such a 5'8" fanboy. Why you think Fabe didn't let you hit her. Why you hit Fabe's link? Why you didn't go over there and be her co-host? Because she wouldn't let you. She didn't let nobody hit her link except for QB and a few select others. Why don't you go over there and make Fabe's show pop? Right? See, I was very strategic in dealing with you. Right? You had to sit down like a little puppy. You had to sit down like Creed. Sit down, wait, be quiet, stop, hush, sit, up, down. That's how I treated you, right? Because you didn't hit my. I wouldn't drop that link for you until I got done with my commentary, right? So how did you make anything pop? I let you up and I let you down, right? So get it straight. Because I'm still trying to be nice, but the way you talking is fucking reckless. Who link was it? Mine. Talking about you ran Avatar. How you run something and you ain't got the keys to the kingdom? I hit the live button. You had to wait on me to hit the live button. You had to wait for me to drop my link. I didn't see you bring no link up. I didn't see you pop up when you wanted to. You had to wait till Big Daddy, Sir King, drop the link for you to say what you wanted to say. Right? And if I didn't like what you said, what did Big Daddy Sir King do? He muted your ass or he dropped your ass. So how are you running anything when I got the motherfucking controls? Excuse me? And you didn't make shit pop. And like I said, I was strategic with how I dealt with you. I said, oh, there's an inkling for when Lemon likes to pop off. There was a certain segment of people who liked that kind of bullshit because it was a rarity that it happened over here. But once again, I would say it was a detriment to the business because every time he would go off on those tirades, that I had to rein him in and cut him off because he didn't run shit over here. My videos were in yellow. But to appease him because he's such a little petulant child, I let him do that from time to time. Right? And then you started listening. See, this is the he started listening to. I pay attention. He started listening to the critics. He started listening to the people. Oh, I like when Lemon pops off. And see, they saw you as someone that could maybe cause a wedge into what was going on over here. So they started pumping you up, gassing you up. Said, "Oh, you should get your own. You should get your own. You should get your own." But little did they know you weren't ready. Still not ready. You weren't ready, right? Because how many times, once again, I would say you were not ready. ODS was maybe ready. And the reason why I keep throwing ODSs in the mix, because ODS was over here cloud chasing like hell. And anytime there was a dry, dead air, he would interject himself in the moment. You sitting up here, I don't know, painting your nails in the background, it would be nothing but dead air. I said, he ain't ready. Once again, how many mock lives did we have to get you ready? So you weren't ready. You didn't run shit over here. Because if you ran shit, you would have stood up there and capitalized on the moment to talk about what you want to talk about. But you didn't. You sat there and didn't do shit. You sat there and waited for me to come back up to get my connection straight. So how could you have run anything? I don't understand that. Where do you come from with that notion that you ran shit? That you ran shit. And that's a truth distorter. Depending on when you came into the game, you would have believed what he said because he was consistently over here. But he was consistently over here by choice. And I'll always say, if it wasn't for Secret Sir King, there wouldn't be no limit. How could you get mad at that? And people saying, "Oh, tell them like what Jay Z did, build another one." No, Jay Z was saying he was already an artist. Dame Dash is saying, "Oh, he built Jay Z." No, Jay Z was already an artist. Lemon wasn't already a content creator. That's the difference. So that's why I say if there was no Sir King, you would have never known of a limit. Right? Because at that time, nobody would have let somebody come up and stay on their page as long as they did. Because at that time, people had takeover syndrome. They would sit up there and try to take over your life, and that's when you said, "Oh hell no, boo, goodbye." But we had an open panel. People could come up. You weren't the only star of the show. Let's be honest. On many a night, I would tell you, we had Sloppy, we had Great Man, we had William came up from a time to time. So Dimples came from a time to time. So there were many acts to the show. You the one that just didn't have no life. It didn't have nothing to do. And remember, you came with your boy, the dessert. And when he started to get disrespectful or envious or whatever, where he felt like he could sit up and play in my face, I kicked his ass to the curb. And if you tried the same thing, your ass would have got kicked to the curb too. You were not essential to my show at that time. This is a one-man operation. Okay, and I don't need nobody at that time trying to sit up here and sabotage and try to take over what I did. That wasn't gonna happen. You didn't plot, you didn't plan, you didn't come up with no damn agenda ideas. You didn't do shit in terms of planning for the show. You didn't offer nothing in terms of an investment in the show. In terms of when it came, even when it came to your brand, you, if anything, you were a detriment to your own brand because you gonna sit up there and tell me you don't like the fucking commercial. How the fuck you don't tell me you don't like the commercial? If anything, you should have. Well, Sir King, can you work with the graphic artist to make this, to make that? I should come back. You know what? I'm gonna go look at my records because I feel I still have them. I'm gonna go back and show the people the commercial that I had made, the branding that I did. That shit at that time was very expensive because I had to pay the graphic artist for each rendition that they did. So if there was something I did not like, I had to go back and say, "No, can you tune this a certain way?" And that was another additional money. See, that's what he don't understand. And his mind or his brain ain't wired that way because he's stuck in the land of stupidity and ignorance. But don't ever knock education. Don't ever knock when people try to keep you informed. If anything, you should be praising the situation of how I was able to intertwine real world news and inform people, then and keep up with this bullshit that happens over here. But the nerve of you, you're so disrespectful. You're so fucking ungrateful. Like, how would you ever sit up there and fold your lips and treat someone who opened the door for you? I didn't do shit to you. I don't have to be at your first show because I don't support things I don't know. Then on the other hand, people be like, "Oh, well, Sir King is trying to be over there trying to leech off of him." No, I'm not gonna put me myself. My name is Sir King, not Sir Peasant. Okay, I'm not gonna sit over there and then grovel at your heels when you ain't done shit. I don't know like the product you were gonna produce. Because if I support you, that means that I'm supporting the vile, nasty, gutter snipe stuff that you're saying to people. That's not synonymous with my brand. What you're doing now is not synonymous with what we're doing over here. I don't support that vile talk that you do. You just, oh, I'm a demon. What the fuck? Nobody should be associating themselves with anybody who wants to go to hell. And you got a fast track to that place with your antics online. Unbelievable. Just really it's just really unbelievable, disloyal. And that's why I say I wish you never hit my link. Just take a moment to think how things would be different if you never hit my link. If I never embraced you. Nobody would know of you. And I wish you never did hit my link because we wouldn't be dealing with this shit right now. We wouldn't. We wouldn't. Just think about it. We'd be dealing with something entirely different. Entirely different. I kind of wish you weren't even associated with me. There's nothing that I can say, oh, I'm proud of Lemon for. I'm not. I'm not. The only thing that I could look at as a sense of salvation, maybe, or that I could sit up here and say, okay, He wasn't who he was over here. That's what I can say. That's the only thing that I don't put guilt on my soul is that you were not the person that you were here now that you are now. That's the only thing I can say. Because I don't deal with trash. I don't. Never dealt with trash. Never dealt with trash. And you're trash. You're garbage, bro. How do you think that what you're doing is even marketable? How do you think that an advertiser will really invest in something like that? No reality star or whatever is even talking the way you do. And if they are, or if they do, they only last one episode because you're not advertiser friendly. Reality shows and all those shows are based on advertisements, sponsors, investors. And on top of that, you're not looking at the fact that a woman sponsor or investor will never sponsor you because a lot of things you say are sexually degrading to women. You're very misogynistic. And then on top of that, a man is not going to sit up there and invest in your show because he then doesn't want the backlash of what is being said turned on him. Because once we discover who the sponsor and the sponsor is, then we're going to look at that. Okay, so you support that? You're so stupid and you're so dumb. You have no long insight. It's a nerve to say that you made my shit pop to the point that you got somebody who been around all this Pizarro telling you no, he had numbers before you. No, I was battling all these people on my own. Brianna, Pizarro, all them. All them. I had a whole damn drag video on Nika. I never came at Bless. Well, not really. I never came at Bless Watkins like that. But they tried to spin it on me, and Bless Watkins had a whole conniption fit talking about I hacked her computer. What? Bless Watkins don't even know how to open a damn computer. And they're going to say, how Bless even know what a hack is? Okay, so they had whole narratives they tried to spin on my ass. So I was fighting with or without you. You decided to take up those battles because that was maybe your form of endearment. Oh, how can I sit up here and endear myself to Sir King to show I saw my support because I did not need you. Oh, I'll take up his battles. That was your choice. I never asked you to fight for me. Only thing I asked you to do was stop talking, stop running your mouth. Because like my song say, you talk so much, you flap like your mouth flap like a flapjack. I had a whole drag video on Nika that I put that shit on private because she called me demonic. Okay, and that got thousands upon thousands of views on that video without you. So I don't know how you do it. And then on top of that, your numbers are not B sector numbers. You had to go out and beg for people to come to your lives. I never did that. I didn't venture nowhere. You had to go get support because people stopped fucking with you with the B sector because you was not as advertised. You were faking a fraud. You were faking a fraud. And then on top of that, you sit up here pretending, oh, I'm in my 20s. I'm in my and yo nigga, in your 30s, dog. How you do? Lying, lying, and lying. Lying. Just lying. And then distorting the truth. That's a damn shame. This is distorting the truth. And not even grateful. I think no, I'm not thinking I know you were jealous. I know you were jealous. Because it was told to me you were jealous, right? It was told to me you were jealous. By multiple of people you were jealous. Wishing that, oh, you have my people, you have my numbers. Jealous. Just jealous. Saw it from the get-go. But as a operation, as a leader of the operations, like, do I keep the momentum of what we got going, or do I blow it up due to pride and ego? You don't fuck up your business due to pride and ego. So I said, okay, all right, let's keep it on. But I got my eye on you. And I had my eye on you for a very long time. Very long time. And don't think I didn't know when some of the people drop in the chat, probably your little minions, trying to come at me and support you. I know that was all derived, and I know that was all done. I'm not stupid. You know, there's conversations you going on having with people in the background, gassing them up to say that shit in my chat. Trust somebody, right? But I'm not about ego. I'm about business, right? So that's why I see certain shit and I just keep it going on, right? How you ran shit, but I made money off your name. how I ran shit, but I made money off of you. Tell that. If you ran, go tell that to Jay Wilson. You made it pop, but I'm making merchandise off of you. And I hate to say it that way, but I'm gonna say it that way. Because you going around acting like you big Willie shit and you're not. Like Pizarro said, we had cups, we had shirts, we had trinkets. Yeah, made money off your name. Right, right. But you telling people you ran shit. But see, the thing is, I had to put that in motion. You weren't thinking on that level. I had to put that in motion. I put that into fruition. So don't no air nobody coming over here telling me I should have paid him shit because it wasn't his idea. I got a receipt. So don't come at me talking about, oh, I took advantage of. No, I didn't take advantage of him. Nothing. He got paid from that because I told you the reason why I stopped doing that stuff is because the manufacturer was taking a majority of the proceeds. So I'm not going to give the manufacturer a majority of what's coming from my people. That's not their intent for spending that way. Okay. So that's why I put a kibosh to that. But he got paid for. I mean, he got paid off of that because I'm not selfish like that. He got paid off of that, but at the end of the day, that was my brainchild. So I have all right to capitalize on that. So don't I know how people come at me. Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. No, sorry. Mm-mm. That was my brainchild. I put it in motion and I came to fruition. Once again, from the graphic artist all the way to the production, the manufacturer, and the shipping, I control every step of the way. So no, he didn't do shit. Okay. He better find out how to get money off his name, and I'm surprised he still ain't done it. But he dumb. I mean, he just dumb. Like he don't. He ain't. And some people sometimes you just gotta be wired that way. Sometimes you just gotta be wired that way. But he ain't wired that way. He wired for the bullshit. So anyway, let me read what y'all saying. I'll get to the other part of my broadcast. What's up, Brown Beauty World? I heard he said something to you. Yeah, I did create a channel just for him. I did because I got tired of all that yellow shit. I got tired of that. Got tired of coming to my videos and it was yellow. And it's crazy how you be doing a 4 hour live and in 5 minutes of that it was his crazy ass talking wild and it's all yellow. So yeah, but I hope you're doing all right because I heard he had some words for you. Yeah, the ad was top notch. Yeah, we were trying to do things I ain't seen nobody really Brixton Babe doing on that level before. Yeah, we had a whole video out. Like I said, I have to go back and get it, but it had a whole video of a G wagon, him in a G wagon. Damn, knowing that he ain't driving nothing close to that. So, DVD says you definitely put all the entertainment together by myself. Like I sure did. I don't think he offered one suggestion, especially when it came to his merchandise. He didn't say shit. He's like, I don't like that. What? Anyway, ungrateful, Ain't nobody else doing that for you, and don't ever do that for you in your life. Um, Bush Baby says he wants to be a baddie like Krishan. Oh, that's where he getting it from. Oh, okay. But once again, when it's a woman, it's totally hit different than when it's a man, and that's what he don't understand. But he probably feel he is a woman. All right, because I told you, I do think he hey, how you doing? I do think he like that. I do think he, hey girl, hey, how you doing? I do feel he like that. I do feel when you cross your legs like that, and you can't care about like that, like he did for dragons, like shake your head to the left or your right. No. Philly T says just nasty for no reason, and he thinks he's cool. I don't know what's cool about that. And Bristol Bay says blue. Yes. Uh-huh. We said warm y'all. Storm watch in effect. Yeah, y'all please be careful out there in that storm. Do not get hypothermia. Brown Beauty World says none of these folks he brought over rock with him now. They don't. They don't. Like, and that's like when you look in that chat, ain't no B sector people up in there. It's like a sprinkle or two. So he needs to be under the influence to have confidence, period. Yeah, and that's the sad part. Because I think the non and then on top of that, we always thought something was weird because sometimes he would knock over bottles and stuff. Like when we were here, we were like, "What is that noise?" And then it would be a bottle knocking, or knocking down. Like, but it wasn't like excessive. So we like, okay, somebody drinking tonight. But you're right. He got that crazy courage when he's under the influence. But what are you when you're not under the influence? Shy and timid. Tell me, I got hands. Hands for what? But she said he claims the people loved him over here, but a lot of folks didn't care for him, especially when he was drinking. Oh, child. Yeah, because the other demonic side of his ass came out. What's up, Barry Addison? How you doing? What's up, Bloopity Bloop? What's up, Rose Bennett? Hey, y'all, SK Lemon thinking he's bigger than the program and went from sugar to shits in a nanosecond. Yeah, he sure did. Mm, mm, mm. That's crazy when you got people saying they support you, but they don't really support you. They support your demise. So, what else I want to say about that? Yeah, so you didn't run shit over here, and I just like I'm appalled. The thing about that is I'm appalled by your ungratefulness. It's just ungrateful. But like I say, at that people are probably jealous. When you got success and they ain't got success and they trying to sit up here and get success, they're jealous of your success. And then when they get success, they don't know how to do it. You shut on everybody in the B sector. And I explained to my people today, it's sad it didn't have to be this way. You could be winning on all fronts. You could be winning in Kingpin land. You could be winning with the women. You could be winning everything. And it's crazy because I ain't never seen somebody fuck up they opportunity like you. And fuck it up so much that they can't even come back. Even if you were to have a traumatic situation happen, people say good. That's what he deserved. that, that's crazy. That's crazy. But it didn't have to be this way. Like you had all the cards in your favor. You could have sat up there and you could have been so nice to the women. You could have been like a male Casanova. You could have been cool. You could have been, funny. You could have hosted. You could have pretty much been the king of the sector. You know what? I think like you wish you were KRN. Right? I honestly do feel that. But like I said earlier, you're not as smart as KRN, and you don't like see the optics of things like KRN does. Because and the reason why you bow down to KRN, I feel because you want to be in a position that he's in. You want to have that support. But there's totally two different business models that KRN has. Like KRN is not cursing out indirect people and saying that vile shit. Like he's not saying that. When he gets gutter and nasty, it's to a specific person. You cursing out people in your chat. You cursing out people who are actively supporting you. King Roman don't do that. King Norton knows that. Okay, I got my fan base. I got my loyal fan base. Let me keep them. You you cursing out people who holding down your page and this and that and saying sexually suggestive things, even saying sexual assault, hitting people in the chat that who are indirect targets who may have gone through that. You just bad. You just bad for you just bad for business. You know, and like I say, if King Pain even involves you, I think it's gonna be for a very short duration. Because like people keep saying, you are a liability. You are not an asset. You are a liability. You are a great, tremendous liability. And from a business standpoint, I would look at all my options because you gotta understand you are really unproven. You are really like just like a talking head on YouTube. They don't know what you're gonna really do in person. Are you gonna freeze up? Are you going to hit somebody with a wine bottle? They don't know you already shown, and then I think you're kind of frustrated by your legal situation because I encourage you kind of lament to that a little bit today when they were coming at your ass because you were like, oh, I don't know. Well, you didn't say you didn't know. You were talking about some the court can allow you to pick your date, and you trying to pick it around the King Pain reality show. Child, your priorities are fucked up. And don't you think if that's public record that King Pain gonna use that as part of his show? Oh, this man held for Sacramento with numerous traffic infractions is competing in our reality show. He thinks he can beat up everybody and drinks incessantly. What is going to be your description? How are they going to even introduce you as a character? Because every time they do a show, they give background on that character. What are they going to say about you? They can't even say that you're employed. And Rick Reed has something like you woke up the ghost of Rick Reed now because now Rick Reed is on your ass. Now Rick Reed say he'll be watching your show. He gonna trying to flag it for flaggable moments. But now they sitting up there breaking down your mama's schedule. They're like, oh, your mama must work this kind of shift because that's the only time you turn on. And come on, and then when the 2 days you said you gonna be gone was the 2 days she had off, and then all of a sudden you pop back up. Was that the shift that she had to get called back? I was like, damn. And they're like, oh, you come on at this time, so that really means that's 3 o'clock your time, and then you get off at this time, which really means it's this time. So that must be your mama. I'm like, damn, these niggas are sitting up here calculating your mama's schedule. I'm like, child, you done pissed these people off to the high heavens. And it ain't gonna stop. And it ain't gonna stop. And that's the sad part about it, ain't gonna stop. And then was there talking, oh, they called about my dog being off the leash. I thought that was hilarious. They call it my dog being off the leash, and you still keeping up with the shit that you doing. My next song I make should be called "Stupid." Yeah, my next song should be called "Stupid." It should be because like you stupid, bro. They calling and reporting you because your dog off the leash, child. They coming after. They use your dog to come after you. Then Rick Reed sit up there and said that, oh, your dog must be a service dog because ain't no way they're gonna let no pit bull or whatever you got up there uh be living in no complex like that. So you must have it registered as a service dog for your ass. I was like, I'm like, damn, they are on your trail, nigga. They are on your trail. They coming after you, reporting. He's like, yeah, we had to meet with the apartment management and everything, and my mom knows about this, and all this stuff and she's for the shits. And I'm like, yeah, okay. hmm Wait till you get put out. Okay. I don't know if you on a government program, but y'all, let me see what y'all saying. What's up? Just trying to figure it out. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What you missed? I don't think you missed too much. I was just talking about how Lemon up here lying, talking about he ran the show when he didn't even have keys to the show, and how I made merch. How you gonna be the key? How you gonna be running Avatar Nation and I'm making brand merch off of you? And how I told him how we had a show before he even came about. Like before, why you go from Drew to Lemon? Huh? Tell that. Rose Bennett says, I'm smelling jealousy in the air. He could have made it far. He fumbled his own bag. He sure did, Rose Bennett. He had the perfect setup. He had the perfect launcher pad. People started disliking me, and they're like, good, I can't wait for Lemon to separate from Sir King and all that. And look what they wished for. Look what y'all wished for. Y'all was hoping that Lemon would separate from Sir King, and look what happened. Look what happened. Y'all got what y'all wanted. So be careful what y'all ask for. Because the same people who wish what they got, who wish what they got, cursed the fuck out. Who thought, Lemon was gonna embrace them. But and look, I'm surprised at the change too. Right? But Rose Bennett, he had it. Everything set up for him. His name was already ringing in the streets. He could have done whatever he wanted to do over there. But he didn't know how to play the game. The one thing you don't do is you just don't curse out people indiscriminately. Now, if your pain and your cursing out was for those who are content creators, okay, that's fair game. But you hitting at people who will open up their wallet to you. No, 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 no. Who's supporting you? Who helping your show go while you over there drinking teleport? Brown Beauty was like, I was just hearing something about his mom going to meet with housing. Yeah, his mom had to meet with housing because her name is on the fucking lease. So when they get all these complaints, he said they set up there and had to have a meeting with the housing department or the housing mans because they were getting so many calls about him and his antics and his noise and what he was doing and his screaming and his yelling. I'm sure they've gotten complaints about them from the neighbors. He out there screaming and yelling and all that. Trust and believe. If we can hear those kids in the background and him yelling at the kids to shut up and all that stuff, don't you think they can hear him when he's cursing out people online? All the things that he's saying. So yeah. Yeah, for the T. Yes, Brisbane. He definitely fumbled the bag. Oh my God, he fumbled the bag. Big time. Even if it didn't come from fans, he fumbled the bag on YouTube. Imagine all them hours you spent on YouTube and it's gone. Non-recoverable. No residual revenue to be made at all. Mm, crazy. Just crazy. What's the other thing I want to talk about? So I talked about him being jealous of King Roman. I feel because he wants to be King Roman. I feel so way he wants to have the charisma and the acceptance of King Roman. I do feel that he and King Roman has some kind of rapport in the background. I do feel King Roman cared for him to an extent. But like they say, King Roman ain't gonna allow you to play in his face at all. Before I get to my last talking point, we're gonna take a brief commercial break, and I'll be right back. Okay, ooh, child, Lord, you wish you made things pop.
Came to my channel, let some dude named Drew. I never asked you to hit my link, but now I hear you think I owe you. Sat next to me 5 years, but did I really know you? Appeared nice, but I knew time would tell if you would turn cold as ice. I knew I couldn't trust you because of that mouth. That mouth of yours like the flapping yap like a flapjack. Watch from the skies, you talk, you started to listen to the critics while they plotting every minute. Gave you access to my people, what was I thinking? You disappear, no rhyme or reason, and you come back like a bat in the night. Acting as if everything is alright. Bless your pockets only to have you think you are the creator of of your success. Little do they know you are a complete mess. I sit on the side, knowing the ride will soon subside, along with your pride. Wait, you swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop over your chest, pulling lies after you go live, because you scared that may be your final demise. So you watch your mouth, do not brag about the bag. Now they have you about to pull out that white flag, but you say you can do whatever you want. You got hit and runs, thinking it's all fun. Got dates with the court, but will you report? Be drunk on teleport. How dare you get mad at the ones that care? But we see probation is about to give you a scare. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right, like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. Dream, dream, dream.
All right, and we back. Thank you, Bricks and Bay, for posting that. Y'all can check out my music over there on my Avatar Nation music channel. You'll soon be able to purchase my music coming very soon. I will have details later coming up in future lives. All right, do the lemon flip flop drop. So only if you could. All right. The other thing I want to say is that let's just say we got that whole legal situation. I'm not going to regurgitate that, but something is very interesting about that because I took Lemon recently said, "Oh, when people mention things, pay attention to what they say." He said that, "Oh, if you got 20K, he needed 20K, he needed 20K." Recently. And he kept saying that he brought it to another level and said, "Oh, you got 20K, I could definitely use that." So something's going on. Now there was something about the courts, he had numerous traffic tickets. And that was, we always gotta, they run so many plays that we always gotta second guess. Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? And then, because sometimes we think people always play it on our top, you know, fabricating receipts. Excuse me, fabricating receipts, right? But when it came out, when I first saw it, it was months ago. They're like, damn, this dude got all these tickets, these tickets, these tickets. And we like, nah, that can't be him. That's somebody else. But it come out that like they going, in addition to that situation with the hit and run, they going at him for the tickets too. I said, what? I said, oh hell no.
Oh hell no! Ooh, child.
So they going after him for that hit and run. And he's like, oh, it ain't no big deal. It's just a community service. It ain't none of that. But then they talking about he got unpaid tickets. They going after that too. I'm like, So that boy got a lot of stuff going on that he allowed to pile up. And he may not go to jail. Well, the court gonna do something. Court go. I don't think they're gonna allow. I don't know. Child, the law will lock you up. I don't know how that works. I'm glad I don't know how that works. But I'm sure if you run around here with unpaid tickets, they put a warrant on your ass, don't they? Don't they? If it got to the extent now that you got, and then probably that's why they wanted you to. That's why they set up here, and then you go sit up here and say you have a public. I don't know if that was a throw off game, but let me. I hope you ain't got no public defender, because the public defender work for the prosecutor. Boy, you see, that's what life will do. When you live fucked up, life will set you up. Meaning, oh, he thought he was on top of his. We thought he was on the top. We don't hear him bragging no more about that $4,000 a month, do we? We don't hear him say nothing. We don't hear him say not a damn thing about the 4,000 a month, do we? Nothing. I hear nothing about the 4,000. Nothing. That left him just like his eye. Do nothing about the 4,000 a month, right? So life will set you up. Life will have you thinking you high and fly. You can treat anybody your kind of way, and then boop, it gone. It is gone right at the time in which you need it. Boy, gone right at the time in which he needed. Then apparently, based on some other receipts that was out here, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I see. I hate to reference stuff to people that shouldn't be referenced. Follow me. Follow me. Okay. So apparently, I guess he got denied for monetization 2 times, and then somebody was impersonating him and reached out to YouTube and says, "When will I hear about my the final decision or something?" I'm like, child. And you got the nerve to curse out the people who are giving you tangible income. That's dumb. I think my next song gonna be stupid. Title stupid. Yep. I think that's what my next song gonna be. Stupid. Last thing I want to say, Lolo, before I wrap this up. Lolo, I know you were hurt by when he said that you were a friend to an extent and that you always want to fit in. But you still, what concerns me is you still using that word friend. Lemon is not your friend. And what do you define as a friend? Because what kind of friend do you need in Lemon? I mean, what kind of friend is Lemon? See, when he said you were a friend to an extent, friend to an extent mean, yeah, she a friend, but you can't count on her to do this or do that, or she ain't really what friend or Lemon wants you to do. He wants you to be a friend all the way to the bad. Even when he fuck up, he wants you to still be someone that he can punch on, hit on, talk bad on, and you'll still be there lending your shoulder for him to cry on. That's what he wants as a friend. And that's not a friend, that's a dummy. That's a person that has no self worth and no self value. So is that you, Lolo? Because that's what a friend is to Lemon. So you need to go from maybe a friend to an associate because being a friend right now in the eyes of Lemon, it means that you're supposed to be a dummy. So I hope you get that straight because I heard you said you didn't want your mom to be used as content and he did it anyway. So I hope you get that situation straight and rectified. But for you to even say, I'm not going to drag Lemon because he's my friend. No, he's not your friend. And if anything, he's a circumstantial friend. He's a friend you can't trust. A friend is somebody you could be able to trust. So are you going to trust him when there's personal, private situations going on because you know he's going to use that as YouTube as content? I told you he is child. Jay Wilson, the boy, is not talented. Talkative, yes. Talented, no. Because Lemon could have, but then I think there's something wrong with his eye. Because everybody keeps saying why he don't acknowledge super chats, and he was getting drilled for that, and it's probably because he couldn't see. So it's a lot going on. Will probably the future will probably shed light on him more. But he don't even know how to get to the bag. I mean, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I sit back here and I just get flabbergasted, right? But as I wrap this up, I would say you were not the reason. You did not make my show pop. You were an act within the show. You had your moment. People liked your moment. Big Daddy Sir King determined when you came up and when you were down. Big Daddy Sir King shut you up and shut you down. So stop lying. And you came over here on my link. I didn't know you. And you came relentlessly. Okay. And I'll always say, if it wasn't Circuit for Sir King, there would be no fucking lemon. And that's the truth. And I keep saying that so people know that how ungrateful, how disrespectful he is to someone who opened the door for him. I opened the door for him monetarily, and I opened the door for him on this internet application. Because when somebody is able to put tangible bands in your hands, when you couldn't do it for yourself, then I think there should be a lifetime of respect there. And I ain't talking about respecting words. I'm talking about respecting action. And your actions have been very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And lastly, I will always double down and seeing how things played out to this day. And I'm so glad God, and I know I was, oh, you put a God into this. No, I'm so glad God gave me the foresight to not trust you. Secondly, I wish you never hit my link. I wish you never hit my link. I really wish you never hit my link. If my show was up and then it came down due to my own boredom, that's fine. I could live with that. But to see what you manifested into is despicable. Absolutely, totally, utterly, unequivocal, despicable. I'm not happy with what you're doing. I'm not happy with your show. I think it's disgusting, the majority of it. And most times when you're sober, you have some good points. You have sometimes those are your best shows. When you're not fully blasted or when you're not fully wasted. But some of the stuff that you said, some of the stuff that you done, and you're like, oh, these are just words. These are just no. You're inviting people. You're inciting violence. You're inciting people to violate people. You're inviting people to your sexual organs. That's unacceptable, and I could never sit up here and condone that. I don't tolerate that. Never tolerate that on my platform. So sure as hell, I'm not going to support you in doing that. And you had the keys to stardom, but you wasted it away. And there's no rebranding effort that could be done because those same motherfuckers that you sat up there and talked about are still on your ass, and they still gonna stay on your ass. And then on top of that, you challenging people who ask you to stop, and you say no. And I feel like I said in my other, I feel like you want your own demise to happen. I really do. I really do. But with that being said, let's move on to better news. Thank you, Diva D, for you 51 months. Damn, that's longer than Lemon has held a job ever. Thank you so much for your amazing support. So that's what? That's 4 years and 3 months. Thank you so much, Diva D.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
Thank you, Phil T. She's got 4 months. I mean, 49 months. That's like 4 years, child. four, what's that, 4 years and a month? Child. Thank you. Thank you, Philly T, for your amazing support. No, you know what? Instead of playing that, we're going to play Philly T's song. Philly T got a song. We was in the lab way back, like Mary J. Blige. Here we go.
I want to thank you, everybody, for sharing your life with me. You gave me so much, you made me happy. Your love's been amazing. I know I couldn't make it without you. You, without your love. Thank you.
All right, that's the one and only Philly T in her amazing voice. Amazing for 49 months. Thank you. We also got Brixton Bay. What's up, Brixton Bay? Brixton Bay been here forever. She been here for like 46 months. Thank you, Brixton Babe, for your support as well. I appreciate you so much. Where's your clip at? Here we go. Here we go.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
Thank you, Brixton Babe. I appreciate it. Thank you to all my Avatar Nation supporters and members. I appreciate y'all. Now, I want to say something real quick. I'm going to get up out of here. See that? And I'm not trying to use y'all as collateral or nothing like that. I'm not trying to use y'all for content. But look at that. Diva D, 51 months. Philly T, 49 months. We got Brixton Babe, forever months in a day, 50 months, 42 months. And I just want to say that to Lemon. You always talking about, I'm a new. Oh, damn, we got detached, 48 months, child. Whew, Lord. Gotta play it again. Sorry, y'all. I gotta support you. Support. I gotta acknowledge. Here we go.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
Thank you so much. Hold on, where the other clip at, child? Where he go? Or where they go? Yeah, so let me. I hope you see this because you always talk about. Well, I'm new to this and I don't know and I don't know what they're doing and I make my mistakes and I learn from my mistakes. Well, don't make the mistake of losing people who support you, right? Because I got people who stay here for 51 months, right? We got another one, 49 months. Another one, forever months. Okay. And then we got another one that's 48 months, right? That's 4 years. So you can't ever say you made shit pop. They ain't out. You ain't even had a channel that long as much as these people been members. Let me say that again. You ain't even had a channel that long that these people been members. Your membership, people leaving. Do you even have a membership? Do you even have a membership? Lemon, do you even have a membership? Uh, do you? Do you even have a membership? Can people even be members over there, Lemon? Now that's the patty in me. That's the patty in me. Okay, can people even get memberships over there? Oh, yes, Brixton Bay, forever months. Diva D says, oh Lord, somebody else. Oh Lord, we got another 50 woman child. That's listen, Lemon. Listen, that is almost half a decade. That is almost half a decade, Lemon. That's almost half a decade. That's almost like when you were saying you was 25, but your ass was really 35, right? That's almost half a decade. Anyway, so, thank you, Auntie Donna. I appreciate your loyalty and support. Thank you.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
Whew, that's just crazy to me. Like, damn, we've been rocking that long, 5 years. And you know what's crazy? This ain't even the main channel. The main channel was Avatar Nation. That's the crazy part about it. And the whole story about why I switched over is because that channel I got plans for. And I ain't trying to pollute that. I ain't trying to pollute that channel. So that ain't even the main. So I appreciate y'all supporting me on this channel over here. The chat says, Sir King, thank you for being who you are to I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying thank you. You know, but I try to represent something different. So I'm glad y'all seeing the vision. Billy T says, if you were still on the old page, it would have been longer than that. That's true. That's so true. That is so very true. So true. All right, y'all. One thing I want to say, Lemon. Do you have memberships? Can you have memberships? I'm just saying. So, yes, we have been rocking together for a long time, and I hope the people see that. And there ain't no lie. We can't fabricate that. That's the truth. All right, but y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a great day. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture, $, Sir King Crown. Be the change you want to see in the world. Child, if y'all dealing with the cold, please make sure you got what you need to get or get what you need to get to stay warm, because it is cold out there. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Thank you to my wonderful Avatar Nation family. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to all my moderators, all my supporters, and members as well. All right, we're about to be up out of here. Y'all have a great day. Be the change you want to see in the world. Stay abreast on the world news. And we're about to go. All right. Bye, y'all. Have a good one.
Came to my channel, let some dude named Drew. I never asked you to hit my link, but now I hear you think I owe you. Sat next to me 5 years, but did I really know you? Appeared nice, but I knew time would tell if you would turn cold as ice. I knew I couldn't trust you because of that mouth. That mouth of yours like the flapping yap like a flapjack. Watch from the skies, you talk. You started to listen to the critics while they plotting every minute. Gave you access to my people, what was I thinking? You disappear, no rhyme or reason, and you come back like a bat in the night. Acting as if everything is alright. Bless your pockets only to have you think you are the creator of your success. Little do they know you are a complete mess. I sit on the side, knowing the ride will soon subside, along with your pride. Wait, you swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right. Like the king of pop, because they pop over your chest, pulling lies after you go live because you scared that may be your final demise. So you watch your mouth, do not brag about the bag. Now they have you about to pull out that white flag, but you say you can do whatever you want. You got hit and runs, thinking it's all fun. Got dates with the court, but will you report? Be drunk on teleport. How dare you get mad at the ones that care? But we see probation is about to give you a scare. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right. Like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. You swear you are the king? Well, maybe you right. Like the king of pop, because they pop both of your channels. Dream.
Yo mama, yo mama, yo mama, yo mama don't like you through. She want you gone like that thong you wear all day long. You be lying and lying to the point you have her denying. Yo mama, yo mama, yo mama, yo mama don't like you through. Your mama told you get out because you didn't take the dog out. She said it's enough for you pretending to act tough. She tired and tired of you being the drunk, smelling like a skunk. You crashing up cars like you driving to Mars. Got her insurance going up and up like you up to apply to 9 to 5. Well, we know that's a damn lie. Yo mama, yo mama, yo mama, yo mama don't like you Drew. She want you gone like that thong you wear all day long. You be lying and lying to the point you have her denying. Yo mama, yo mama, yo mama, yo mama don't like you Drew. Yo mama don't like you Drew.
Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? You told me you my girl, but you telling all my business to that squirrel. I am like, what in the world? I know you were fake and phony when you said you were my homie. But for real, I know you jelly cause you lonely. You always bragging about my money. As a matter of fact, don't you owe me? And in my face, in my face, in my face, yeah, yeah. I wish you keep it real, cause you need to seriously chill. I thought you were cool, but I see I'm the one being played for the fool. Telling my business from coast to coast. I had a feeling you were doing the most. All in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face. Now I wish you would turn into a ghost. And just that's a fear, cause I can't stand you being near. Boo, I ain't goodbye, get from around me because you a fraud. Just get away from me. Ooh, Lord, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face. Ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord. I can't stand them fries. Ooh, Lord. Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Ooh, Lord. Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Ooh, Lord. Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face? Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? You tell me you my girl, but you telling all my business to that squirrel. I am like, what in the world? I know you were fake and phony when you said you were my homie. But for real, I know you jelly cause you lonely. You always bragging about my money. As a matter of fact, don't you owe me? Playing in my face, in my face, in my face. I wish you keep it real, cause you need to seriously chill. I thought you were cool, but I see I'm the one being played for the fool. Telling my business from coast to coast. I had a feeling you were doing the most. All in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face. Now I wish you would turn into a ghost and just disappear, cause I can't stand you being near. Boo, bye and goodbye, get from around me because you a fraud. Just get away from me. Ooh, Lord, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face, all in my face. Ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord, ooh, Lord. I can't stand them fries. Ooh, Lord. Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Ooh, Lord. Why you playing in my face, in my face, in my face? Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord.
All right, I'm gonna play this last one for y'all, Avatar Nation, because I appreciate y'all support. The song may be a little bit outdated seasonally, but the sentiments still remain the same. All right, thank y'all. Y'all have a good Friday.
Avatar Nation, Avatar Nation, Avatar Nation, you are the best. Thank you, Detached, for being detached to SK and making sure he is okay. Philatia, thank you for being there for me and teaching me about legacy. Yeah.
Round P, thank you for being the best to moderate the mess and being positive even for those who are foes. Brixton, babe, thank you for seeing through the rubbish and not letting us fall for that foolishness.
Diva D is tough like Queen Bee. Thank you for standing strong and not settling for the wrong. Gemini 7'5", thank you for always being in the sky with that eagle eye, making sure no one gets away with a lie.
Nessa A, thank you for being cool and chill. I definitely know you are off for real. Auntie Donna, you look way better than Madonna. Especially LaDonna, thank you for all you do to keep us together as a crew.
Cheryl Burnett drive through in a Corvette, giving me the sports report to retort. Thank you, Tamika, for your support. I know you are definitely in my court. V, thank you for who you being, helping me see through them wannabes. Yeah, pleasure 71, you are definitely one, the 2 and the 3, because your support is more than a pleasure to report. Avatar Nation, you are the best. Thank you, Detached, for being attached to SK and making sure he is okay. Philatia, thank you for being there for me and teaching me about legacy.
Ron P, thank you for being the best to moderate the mess and being positive even for those who are foes. Brixton Bay, thank you for seeing through the rubbish and not letting us fall for that foolishness. Diva D is tough like Queen Bee. Thank you for standing strong and not settling for the wrong. Gemini 7-5, thank you for always being in the sky with that eagle eye, making sure no one gets away with a lie. Nessa A, thank you for being cool and chill. I definitely know you are for real. Auntie Donna, you look way better than Madonna, especially LaDonna. Thank you for all you do to keep us together as a crew. Cheryl Burnett drives through in a Corvette, giving me the sports report to retort. Thank you, Tamika, for your support. I know you are definitely in my court. V, thank you for who you be and helping me see through the wannabes. Yo, pleasure 721, you are definitely 1, the 2 and the 3, because your support is more than a pleasure to report. Thank you, Avatar Nation, for your love and support, and I wish you a great Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Avatar Nation, for your love and support, and I wish you a great Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a Merry Friday. I will hopefully see y'all soon. We'll see what unfolds on these crazy ass YouTube streets, cause I don't know. We'll see. Y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up the live as y'all exit the broadcast. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. I'll be out of here. Y'all take care. Wait a minute. Hold on. Beep beep, boop beep, beep beep. Back up. Why Jay Wilson begging for a coat? I mean, like, damn, like. I know it's cold in Texas. You know what? It should be Jay Wilson Charity, because that's. I'm just anyway. That's a conversation for another day. Yes, Adrian Polk, you're gonna have to catch the replay because I got to go. But thank you for coming in. Have a good day. Yeah. Jay Wilson over there begging for a coach. I don't know. Hey, times are tough, I guess. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Those on the cold, make sure you bundle up, child. Make sure you know what he should do? He should do a sweater drive for those who don't have the funds to purchase, coats in this crazy winter that we're going through. Now, that would be a novel idea, But then again, will the money get to the people that need it? Who knows? With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Beware of the booger wolves, y'all. Beware of the booger wolves. Bye, y'all.